Hello everybody, my name is Scatter. Welcome back to Divine Journey 2. The first thing you may notice is my ludicrous amount of levels, and that's because I've extracted most of the liquid XP out of this large drum. It had a few million in it. It took a while. I did want to just show you the way I've been doing it because it looks kind of cool. But there's the last of it there. We just barely got to 155. And so the reason, as I alluded to, I believe, last time was because I'm going to make the experience obelisk from Ender.io, which is a better way, so I hear, to store energy. So I have to make this Tome of Knowledge from Thermal, which I believe, yeah, you can just use this to store XP. So that's nice and convenient, but I have a feeling it's not going to hold enough for us. So we're going to have to make the experience rod, which, yeah, it does a similar thing. You know, you can just put it in and out of any tank, like it kind of does the job of the drains and the showers. But what we really want is the obelisk. Now, I don't know if this needs to be powered or not. I kind of hope not, but if it does, we can work around it. But let's just place it right over here. We'll keep it close to the mob farm. And actually, you know what? I might as well just put it even closer to the mob farm here. So it looks like it doesn't take. So store 10 levels. Hey, there we go. Store all player XP. Configure IO. Redstone mode. Yeah, that's just a really, really nice way to do it. I mean, that's just kind of perfect, isn't it? You just get exactly how many levels you want. So that's really good. A really, really good thing to have in it. It stores in, let's call it effectively infinite amount of XP. Listen, I know these packs get pretty insane in the late game, but 2 billion XP, I mean, by the time I get there, it'll be easy enough to craft like 1,000 of these obelisks anyway. The other thing I've been doing in between episodes here is upgrading the power a little bit. So I built a second diesel generator and I hooked it up to the redstone the same way that this one is. So they're, I'm told that each of these machines can support 2 diesel generators as long as they're fully fed. So hopefully that is the case. And if not, well, I guess it was a waste to build it, but that's okay. The other thing I did that's kind of important, well, 2 things. One, I rerouted some of this power back around, like I said I would many episodes ago, where I said it wasn't necessary, and then I realized it kind of was, so that these machines, the refinery and whatnot, are running off of produced power rather than just power that's like currently being produced in the, basically they can make use of the power buffer is what that means. And that proved to be kind of necessary, I think. And I expanded this farm 3-fold, so I added 2 7x7 squares here, and I'm offloading those with 3 absorption hoppers. And this still isn't like backed up or anything. I do have a lot of canola seeds that I could probably just convert them all into seeds. I mean, they're backed up. I could probably do that automatically somehow. Don't really think it's worth it right now because I think after a while it's just gonna back up its own self. And I realized I had to put void upgrades on these because the hoppers were getting backed up with these because you were making way more of these than the seeds. But yeah, so that's the state of our power. Hopefully it's going to be a lot less of a deal than it has been. Not that it really has been, but I mean, I mean, hopefully it should run for longer at like full capacity now. I think we're almost to the point where I want to upgrade this main line to HV, but we can see about that possibly today. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I did want to just show off this stuff right now. And I also, if you press, this is a good tip, if you press numpad 0, it brings you to the Wayla options. If you go modules, capability, you can show tank and energy data in Wayla. So that wasn't there before. You can see on the top, I can see how much biodiesel is in here. Couldn't see that before. So that's really, really good. So with that, let's get into the meat of this one. All right, so I have a bit of a plan for today, and I wonder if you can tell from the inventory exactly what that's going to entail. But the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to actually finish up the Roots quest line. I realized we can do that now. Progress feels like it's flying by. I feel like, just yesterday I was looking at the quest book, and I was like, I am never going to get to this stuff. And now we're there, basically, right? So it's very cool. So this is the Wildwood Armor Set. It seems like a pretty good armor set. I'm not giving up the no fall damage for it, but it's fine. you know, it's for the quest more than anything, I won't lie, but you know, it's still nice to have. Maybe we'll remove fall damage via some other method, and then we can replace it with this, and maybe it's better. But yeah, each of them, you know, Wildwood, pretty easy to come by. That's pretty early, a diamond each, and then some sort of animal. The most annoying thing there was I had to go find a deer to kill for the antlers, but that should be the quest there. Now, the only other quest left in Roots is Acid Cloud, and the reason this is gated so late is because it's such an overpowered spell, so I am excited to get into it. So what we actually need to make this, we need a potion of poison 4. The only way to make this is with the alchemical retort, and as it happens, one of the things that we need to make to progress here in chapter 11 actually just needs an alchemical retort, so it works out. So before we make this, we're going to go ahead and make the acid cloud. We're going to make the potion that we need, and then we're going to repurpose it for the potion brewer, because despite the fact that this is in here, I think there are some things that you can only make with an actual alchemical retort in a fractionating still, which is, you know, maybe a little bit annoying, but it's whatever. It's not really a big deal. So this recipe is pretty easy. I'll repurpose some of the multiple brewing stands that we have, and now I have the fractionating still with this, and I'll just put this down here because it's not something that I'm gonna be really using that much. You know, I'm gonna be tearing it down very shortly. So there we go there. And so now basically it just concentrates potions, right? So it turns poison 1 into 2, 2 into 3, 3 into 4. It might not even turn 1 into 2. I don't know. Anyway, so first we need to actually make the poison 2 potion, which we can do in a brewing stand. So spider eye in, and there's the poison 1 potion, and then glowstone in, and there's poison 2. Now, something I hadn't considered, I don't think you can just throw these in the alchemical retort. I think you have to actually use like a fluid transposer or something. So we'll figure that out. So you can, yeah, so fluid transposer, right? And then poison 3 goes into there. So just to make sure here. Oh, no, you can just do that. Excellent. Okay. So I'll throw all of it in. Not sure how much we'll need exactly, because it concentrates the potions, but obviously it comes at a price of, you know, 200 millibuckets to 150, right? So there's a bit of a loss, but it still should be enough. So there's the poison 3, and I should just be able to kind of loop that back around to itself. So if we if we look at the configuration here, or 600, no, because it's 750, there's going to be some left in there, so I am going to want to use some pipes here. So if I have input on the top here, and I can output from the right, and then just grab some ducts. I shouldn't need servos for this because they have auto eject. Maybe should have grabbed one just in case, but no, we're good, we're good. There we go. And now that's going all the way down to poison 4. And oh, no. No, it's in the pipes. It's in the pipes. Okay. That's fine. We'll turn off the output on the top. Okay, now it's stuck in the pipes. And I just need to put a tank down. Okay. Crisis averted. I just need to grab a tank. This is totally fine. If it went back into the input, I'm not sure if there would have been a way to get it out. But it didn't. So that's fine. And there we go. And that's in there. That's 300. And we might as well just take out what's left in there. There we go, 450. And maybe this is going to have to go through the fluid transposer here. That's full of that. Okay, let me craft up another fluid transposer so I can get some of this into a bottle. Okay, there we go. Now, if I turn on auto input, if I input on the back here and I turn on auto input, are you going to suck that in from the tank? No. Okay, well, that's fine. Just to be on the safe side, remove this connection and... Okay, well, I didn't mean to completely take it away, but that's fine. Yeah, so just input... Wait, that's the wrong thing. My bad. Wrench. There we go. Fluid duct. And you have to input on that side, and you push that in. Okay, there we go. And now I should be able to put it in there. Perfect. Okay, and then we're gonna have a little bit left over. But that's okay. I'll never use it for anything. But that's totally fine. Okay, and now the only other thing we need is an ender shield, which is made out of end steel. And in this slice and splice here, we need to make a guardian diode. It's a cool little item. It's used for a few things, but mainly, maybe not mainly, but one of the things it's used for is this shield. Ender shield. There we go. And then the only other thing that we need for acid cloud is a block of amethyst, an eggplant, and a baffle cap, which are all pretty easy. So we can grab the pestle. So poison 4. We got a poison 4. We got a block of amethyst. There we go. There we go. And there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. Acid cloud. And with that, that's the entire Roots quest line done. And we can get a Serenade of Health or a Serenade of Infusion. And these are from Divine RPG. I don't really know how they work. I'll go for no, I'll go for health, actually. That might be useful. And then here we get a protection book, a bunch of XP, and then fire protection or thorns book. I'll go for the fire protection. And that is the entire Roots quest line done. And I'll throw acid cloud in here because I do want to see what this is all about. So as soon as I learn it, let's throw it on the staff and try it out. Okay, so it takes the baffle cap, which they're annoying to farm, but it might not be too bad. I want to find something to use it on. Just any mob. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That does seem really, really good. We're definitely going to keep the spell on. And I'll take a look at the augments as well. But more importantly, now that we've finished the Roots quest line, we can take the Roots trophy and throw it on the wall. So it was starting to feel like the trophy, the real progress is stagnated here. So immersive engineering, really the big gap here. All that's left here other than upgrading to HV is some optional stuff. So I'll get around to that at some point, maybe when I don't have a whole lot better to do. I mean, I'm always going to have something to do, but we'll get around to it at some point. It's not a huge priority, but at least we know it's there. I'll probably end up finishing the other exploration quest lines first. But anyway, let's just eat that quickly. And right, so also what we're going to do today is continue on with the industrial foregoing. So, as I mentioned earlier, I can now remove the fractionating still. So take that back, and we can take this back, and then these are both going to be used in crafting the potion brewer. Now, I don't think there's anything that this potion brewer can do. Potion brewer. I don't think there's anything this can do that a brewing stand can't. It's just easier to automate. And the quest says that you will need a lot of large quantities of potions. So when this mod pack says large quantities, you know, that means like millions of buckets, I assume. So yeah, we want to automate this sooner than later, it says. Need 2 brewing stands to go into it, which is exactly how many I have. And I should just be able to make it. I have a few machine cases here lined up. I don't know how many I'll actually need. I don't want to make more than I have to, but they're there lined up for us. And there's the potion brewer. No more slow motion potion. So I assume it's faster too. Maybe it uses RF instead of blaze powder, which would be really nice. And yeah, I'll remove that in a second here. I'll stick this over here next to this stuff. And because I don't know at this point what I'm actually going to want to automate with this. So I don't know what would be good to like put it next to or anything like that. I did not mean to do that. Just a regular right click, not shift right click. Okay, yeah. Oh, wow. This is a really interesting UI here. So glowstone or sugar goes in there. They're really, really, really cool. Okay. I guess I'll throw those bottles in there for now. But yeah. So like I said, I don't know what we're actually meant to use that for right now. And there was no blaze powder slot, right? No. Okay, yeah, I guess it does use RF instead of blaze powder, which is super nice. But that's the potion brewer. And then the next thing we need is the animal sewer and sewage composter, and that's how we get fertilizer. I'll leave the implications of that up to the viewer, but so we're going to need, I think, 3 more machine cases, because unfortunately the animal sewer takes an animal rancher, and that takes its own machine case, and then this one takes its own machine case as well. So, and then of course the sewage composter takes one. So it's not, oh, it hurts to use up those enhanced machine parts, but at least we're using them for a good cause. Okay. Animal rancher, which on its own, on the face of it, you know, animal rancher seems like it might be kind of useful, but right now we're just going to turn it into an animal sewer, which on the face of it seems much less useful, but I trust the system. Okay, and the other thing we need here is some podzol. So in order to make this, we need rich phytogrow, and you can turn this, in other mod packs, you can turn this into like, you know, it looks like the thermal dusts, like, you know, it's like flaming, but I guess that's not in this mod pack. But the only thing that we need for this is some sawdust, some niter, and some rich slag. Well, or pulverized charcoal. Yeah, pulverized charcoal seems easier, but we need the rich slag. So the most reliable way to get this is to process some ores with cinnabar. But I want to save the cinnabar for platinum, and I found the recipe. I'm not sure what page it's on here, but the sand and redstone ore gives you a 50% chance of rich slag, and also 8 redstone, which is less redstone than the enrichment chamber, but just for 1 stack, just for the slag, it's worth it. We have plenty of redstone anyway. I mean, 12 per ore, you know, it's enough for right now. So I can throw this in the induction smelter, which is a very slow machine compared to a lot of the other ones, by the way. But it's not so bad. So I should get approximately 32 rich slag out of this. Given that I only need like 1 right now, that should be totally fine. The other thing we need for the sewage composter, other than the podzol, is going to be a Stirling generator from Ender.io, which is not so hard to make. I think it just, you know, it's just a regular generator. It generates RF. Not really going to use it for that purpose, but let me grab the ingredients for that. All right, so this isn't too bad. Just some of these gears, you know, pistons, chassis, coal coke, really stuff that at this point is not really much of an object to us. Now I wonder, is there any quest for these generators? It looks like no. It might be one of these enhanced machines, but we're not making those, so not going to worry about it. There is the regular Stirling generator, and then it's just the podzol, right? So the rich slag by now should have made its way into here, which that's enough. And then all we need for it is, do I actually have any charcoal? I have 7. Just get one of these out. And so it's just that, and niter. The sawdust, I don't know if there's a way for me to make right now. I have no idea, but I don't need to. There's 16 rich phytogrow. And the only other thing that I'm going to need is a bucket of water. I'm running a bit low on buckets. I have to craft up another like 16 of those, or however many I should really have on me. And then, so to make this, it's just coarse dirt, 2 leaves, and then the coarse dirt is going to be 2 dirt and 2 gravel, right? You can also just find coarse dirt in the world, but there we go. We're up to about 250,000 cobblestone, by the way. Still room for plenty more in there, but we're doing pretty good so far, I think. So coarse dirt. Okay, each of these makes 4. That's fine. I may have actually had some coarse dirt in the system. I should have looked first, because I'm pretty sure I do. Oh, no, I don't. Okay, well, that's good. And then just some leaves. one podzol, and then I just need to grab some water again. The Endervars, by the way, they can be crafted into an item that I forget the name of, but it's basically just the exact same thing, except it takes up 1 block instead of 4. So I may do that at some point, but I don't really see it as super necessary. But anyway, there's our sewage composter. And that should be the quest. There's nice eclipse going on there. So craft an animal sewer and a sewage composter. Place an animal on top of the sewer and route the sewage into your composter to create some fertilizer. So my mob farm, well, that's my mob farm, I guess. I have an animal farm, and it's like, it's cows, basically, right? It's not great, but I can go place this over there. Okay, so it turns out the sewer actually also needs power. I didn't really expect it to, considering, like, what would it need power for? It's pretty much just collecting, you know. But yeah, I guess I'll have to move some of this closer to my power sources. Okay, so I built a little pen over there. In order to move mobs over to it, these morbs are pretty easy to make now. I can make a reusable one, but I don't know. So this morb is reusable. Throw out a mob to capture it. Okay, so I think... Alright, so assuming that this means it, like, just breaks after I use it once, right? I am going to go ahead and make the reusable one. All that takes is some signalum, which I actually have never made. I don't think. I got these gears from a quest reward. So I'll go ahead and use those. And we can put off making this signalum for another day. So there's the reusable morb. Okay. Now I'll go back over to my cows. Grab this one in the back here. He looks nice and healthy. And then we can take it back home. There we go. Take it to the pen here. And just drop straight in. Oh, no. Okay. And I guess I can just drop him right on it. Hey, there we go. And we're collecting sewage. Excellent. Okay. So I would like to bring over the rest of the cows. But for now, this is fine. And then the sewage is going to be routed from there into our sewage composter, right? And then we can just route it into there, and then we get fertilizer out of it, which is very cool. Now, obviously, if this cow wanders off of it, we're not going to get too much more. But that's fine for now. Let me grab some fluid ducts. Okay, and I guess I can just have this running straight out of here. I don't see why not. And you pull out of there. And then the nice burgundy sewage. Okay, and then we're going to make fertilizer out of that. Now, the JI doesn't actually tell you how much you need to make one, I don't think. Right? I don't see it anywhere here. But, I mean, I assume it's 1 bucket. I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe it's more. Maybe it's less. I don't know. But I'm just going to spend a little bit of time bringing some more cows over so we don't have the issue of no one standing on it. It may be the case that you can only capture full health mobs because... Oh, no, never mind. Okay, well, I don't know what was going on. I was like throwing it directly at the cows and even threw several and none of them were having it. But I guess maybe it was just a little buggy. But anyway, yes, I'll see you at the a pen full of cows. Okay, well, despite this really only being a handful of cows, you know, there's a lot of... Not what I meant. No, get in. Oh, no, you fell on the wrong side. Maybe there's a cooldown to it, because, like, this happens pretty often, right? I don't know. Anyway, I'll deal with that later. We should have some fertilizer by now. We have 1. And, oh, it takes a lot. Oh, does it take a full tank? No shot it takes a full tank. Really? No, it must be 2 buckets. Hang on. 2 buckets? It's 2 buckets. Okay, 2 buckets of this per fertilizer. But that's fine. This is totally fine because we can just leave this as like a passive thing, right? And then we'll just get them slowly. Maybe we've reached capacity in here. That's entirely possible. I don't know. But anyway, there's some of your fertilizer for you. Okay. And now, so that's a pretty big moment. Right, and we can grab an extra 3 for the quest reward. And now we can finally make the crystalline brown slime ingot. And the way that you make that is just with the pink slime ingots and the fertilizer. And the pink slime ingots are just crystalline pink slime, which is just pink slime plus grains of pizzality, which are not too hard to come by. And the pink slime ingots themselves are pink slime and mithril. Mithril, again, as a reminder, not the super easiest thing ever, but not the hardest either. Okay, so I should have some of this pink slime and then the crystalline pink slime. I don't think I have, I think I used all of this on machine parts, but I should have some more pulsating iron and then just some diamonds, and I can make this into the grains. Just sag mill these up. I put some grinding balls in here too. It'll just get a little bit more out of the resources. So main output 120%, bonus output 165, and then it uses a little less power too, which is always nice. So not too bad. One last time I'm going to try to put this guy back in the pen. Okay, I guess that should do. Oh no. Well, I guess that was kind of a wash. Okay. What? No. This is awful. This is the last time I'm going to do this. Oh my god. I'm surprised this is going as poorly as it is. It's like, well, I was going to say it's you know, you want to say it's like herding cattle, and you know, there's a very good reason for that expression. Anyway, okay, there, we finally have all the cows in. So I can let this run and fill this whole thing up with fertilizer, and that should be plenty for the time being. Anyway, Jesus. So let's head over to the alloy smelter, and we might as well make all three of these. No reason not to. Grab that out. And now, for the first time, crystalline brown slime ingots. Oh, and that makes 2 each. Lovely. Okay. That is pretty nice. And we get a whole 32 pulsating iron ingots. Well, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. That opens up a lot of things. So this mega torch is pretty cool. Prevents natural hostile mob spawns in the shape of a cylinder with a 64 block range and a 128 block height. Which is not huge, but it's pretty good, and it doesn't take too much to melt. And it takes a lot of this stuff, so I don't know. Maybe at some point I'll make one of those. Dread lamp prevents passive mobs from spawning. So basically the same thing. It takes a lot less of this stuff, but a bunch of tectonic petroleum. But the biggest thing that's my concern here is now we can make RF Tools machine frames, and that's not too bad. That's only a handful of those. So, and with the machine frames, we can make the RF Tools builder. And I don't know which one of these it is. It's here. So, the RF Tools builder. So you can see it takes a lot of these block breakers. So this will actually take 5 machine cases total, which is a lot of these machine parts. But we can manage that. You know, the block breakers themselves, not too bad to make, all things considered. I'm getting up there in the plastic production, so that's fine. Some mithril is not too bad, but I unless something goes horribly wrong, next time we're going to make the RF Tools builder, and I could not be more excited for it. There's also this solar panel line up here that, I mean, I don't see as like super worth it, because I mean, this makes 1 RF a tick. Upgrade it to 8, and then 32, and then 128, and then 512. But I mean, this is just completely insane. 2048, but this is like way later stuff. But they're all there. So, and they go up to a lot. They go up to, what is that, 10? So I imagine that just makes a whole shitload of power, but it's an insane craft. But anyway, yes, let's not lose sight here. We are in range of the RF Tools builder, which I think is super cool. And the RF Tools builder is good. It's going to get us a lot more you know, we can get bitumen, we can make diamonds, pretty much anything that we want to craft that the excavator doesn't, that we want to mine rather, the excavator can't pull up. The RF Tools Builder is going to be a good way to do it. So that's a huge milestone for the playthrough. And we are going to get to that next time. But for now, if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. And I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.